Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the topic electricity. In this topic, we are going to learn about electric charge and its units, electric current, flow of charge, and then direction of its flow and potential differences. All these things in detail we are going to learn in this chapter electricity. You all know that the structure of an atom we have learnt in our previous class. Atom contains two types of charged particles, that is protons, they carry positive charge, and electrons carry negative charge. Positively charged particles protons and negatively charged particles electrons are present in an atom. So now we see the atoms and electricity, that means electric charge. Now we are going to learn about electric charge. When a body loses its electrons, it gains a positive charge. Then when it loses the electrons, it gets a positive charge. In the same way, a body gets a negative charge when it gains electrons. When electrons are gained by a body, it gets negative charge. So, SI unit of electric charge is 1 coulomb. 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 It is denoted by letter capital C. So, what is its value? The value of C is 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons. The value of coulomb is 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons. So, I hope you have a little knowledge about magnets. In the magnets, like poles always repel and unlike poles attract. In the same way, like charges repel. Like charges means positive and positive or negative and negative. They always repel, and unlike charges attract. Unlike charges means one positive and one negative. Like charges repel and unlike charges attract each other. So, what is electric current? What is its nature? Actually, the nature of electric current always tells us the flow of charge, how the charge flows in a conductor. Flow of electrons in a definite direction constitutes an electric charge. What is an electric charge? The flow of electrons in a definite direction. They always flow in a definite path. So, flow of electrons in a definite direction constitute an electric charge. Here you can see the example of electrochemical cell. You can see the two terminals, one is in green color and other one is red color. So green color one is anode and the red color one is cathode. Anode means that is the positive charge. This is the positive end of the terminal, and the next one is negative, that is the cathode. When these two terminals are connected by a copper wire, there you can see the flow of charge. When two terminals are connected by a copper wire, electrons start flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal, always from anode to cathode. These electrons flow, or the charge flows from positive terminal to always negative terminal. You can see here the flow of charge. So this flow of electric charge is called electric current. We all call about electric current. What is it? The flow of electric charge, that is called electric current. So, in what direction this electric current flows? Here you can see the two types of flow. One is current flow and the one is electron flow. See the current flow you can see from positive to negative. It is from positive to negative. And the next one direction you can see that electrons flow from negative to positive. So here what is the conventional flow of these electrons? Let us see. the flow of positive charges and was taken as the flow of electric current before discovery of atoms. Before the atom was discovered, this flow of positive charges and that was taken as the flow of electric current. It is also known as conventional flow of electric current. Conventional flow means what, children? From positive terminal to negative terminal. The flow of electrons from positive terminal to negative terminal. It is called as what? Conventional flow of electric current. So what is the actual flow of current? Now we have learned the conventional flow of current. Now what is the actual flow of current? Flow of electrons constitute electric current, we have already learned. So electrons, isn't it? Negative charge, that means that flows from negative terminal to positive terminal. Isn't it? That means electric charge flows from negative terminal to positive terminal. This is the actual flow of current. But conventional flow, positive terminal to negative terminal, is it not? So this conventional flow of current is only considered even now. Now also they are considered which one? Conventional flow of current is only considered even now. So what is the potential difference? The example given here, see the water, when the water is pumped from high pressure to low pressure, water always flow from a higher level to lower level. You all know that. You all have seen that the flow of water, isn't it? So when there is a difference in the pressures, that means from higher level to lower level means definitely there is a difference in the pressure. So just water flows only when there is a difference in height or pressure. In the same way, how the current flows, let us see. So here two charged conductors are joined by a metallic wire. Here you can see the two charged conductors, isn't it? So they are connected by a metallic wire, isn't it? And then the flow of electrons is determined by the quantity called potential difference of the conductor. What is the potential difference? When these two charged conductors are connected by a metallic wire, the direction of flow of electrons is determined, isn't it, by a quantity called the potential difference of the conductor. Potential difference of the conductor. Now let us see what is the potential difference. So first let us learn about electric potential. How do electrons flow? See here, higher potential and lower potential. This is a conductor. This is the flow of electrons through a conductor. Higher potential and lower, one end is higher potential, the other end is lower potential. So atoms with negatively charged neutrons orbiting the positively charged nucleus. Here how the atoms are moving? Atoms with negatively charged neutrons orbiting, that means they are moving, isn't it, orbiting the positively charged nucleus. You can see that the center of the atom is occupied by a nucleus. That is clearly shown in this picture. So what is the definition? Electric potential. What is the electric potential? Electric potential at a point in an electric field is defined as the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to that point. So the electric potential at a point in an electric field is defined as the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to that point. Here children, any definitions, especially in physics and chemistry, you should not change. If you change and if you try to write in your own words, the meaning gets changed. That's why try to read the definitions, try to learn the definitions as it is. Next, electric potential. Electric potential is always denoted by a symbol V. If W is the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge Q from infinity to that point, so electric potential is equal to work done by charge, that is W by Q. So this is actually electric potential. How is it written? What are its units? So it is denoted, we have learned the definition. So the to give the clarity in the definition, so each one is denoted by a letter. Let us see. This is electric potential is denoted by the letter V. W is the amount of work done. Where is it work done? In bringing the unit positive charge Q from infinity to that point. The charge is Q. So what is electric potential? Work done by charge, that is W by Q. So the SI unit of electric potential is volt. So electric potential is measured in volts. V-O-L-T, volt. So if W is equal to 1 joule and Q is equal to 1 coulomb and electric potential is equal to 1 volt, then 1 V is equal to 1 joule per coulomb. What is it? If W is equal to 1 joule and Q is equal to 1 coulomb and electric potential is equal to 1 volt, then 1 V is equal to 1 joule per coulomb. Now see potential difference. That means the concept of potential difference is same as the electric potential. That means with one difference. Here voltage you can see potential difference and electric pressure per charge. Both you can see in this picture. So what is the definition? Potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit is defined as the amount of work done in moving an electric charge from one point to another point. What is the definition of potential difference? This is the difference between 2 points in an electric current, that is defined as the amount of work done in moving an electric charge from one point to the other. So what is a volt? 1 volt means SI unit of potential difference is volt, we have learnt. What is a volt? 1 volt is the potential difference between 2 points in a current carrying conductor. When 1 joule of work is done to move 1 coulomb of electric charge from one point to the other. What is it? 1 volt is the potential difference between 2 points in a current carrying conductor. When 1 joule of work is done to move 1 coulomb of electric current charge from one point to the other. So now this is voltmeter. That means device used to measure potential difference is the voltmeter. This is measured in the units volts we have learnt. So the device used to measure potential difference. This is what? Voltmeter. It is always connected in parallel across which the potential difference is to be measured. The potential difference is measured in a voltmeter. Now I explain you a problem. See the problem. What is given and what is to be found. How much work is done in moving a charge of 3 coulombs across 2 points having the potential difference 15 volts. I read again. How much work is done in moving a charge of 3 coulombs across 2 points having potential difference 15 volts. See here, the given potential difference, that is equal to work done by charge. Okay, potential difference V is equal to 15 volts. Charge Q is equal to 3 coulombs. To find work done, you have to find W. Potential difference V is given 15 volts, that is. Charge Q is 3 coulombs. You have to find work done, that is W. 15 volts is equal to W by 3 coulombs. W is equal to 15 into 3. Just cross multiplication. W is equal to 45 joules. You all know that joule is the SI unit of work. SI unit of work is joule. So now the work done, W is equal to 45 joules. Okay children, I hope it is very clear to all of you. Next, one more numerical. How much energy is given to each coulomb of charge passing through a 6 volts battery? I read out again. How much energy is given to each coulomb of charge passing through a 6 volt battery? Potential difference is equal to work done by charge. First you have to write the formula. V is equal to W by Q. In the given formula, what are all the values given? You have to substitute first. V is equal to 6 volts. Q is equal to 1 coulomb. So 6 volts is equal to W by 1 coulomb. W is equal to 1 into 6. So work done is 6 joules. Hence 6 joules of energy is given to each coulomb of charge. 6 joules of energy is given to each coulomb of charge. If 3 into 10 to the power of minus 3 joules of work is done in moving a particle carrying of 15 into 10 to the power of 6 coulombs from infinity to point P, what will be the potential at point P? One more numerical. If 3 into 10 to the power of 3 joules of work is done in moving a particle carrying of 15 into 10 to the power of 6 coulombs from infinity to a point P, what will be the potential at the point P? See here again, V is equal to W by Q. V is equal to, given already, 3 into 10 to the power of 3 joules. What is Q? Q is equal to 15 into 10 to the power of 6 coulombs. So Q is given, V is given. Then V is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 3 joules by 15 into 10 to the power of 6 coulombs. Now simplify it. V is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 3 by 15. So what is V now? 200 volts. Thus the potential at point P is 200 volts. So these are the numericals I have just shown you as examples in this video. So in the next video, some more concepts about this lesson, electricity, I'll explain you. Thank you children. Please practice these numericals at home.